final dance, that stadium is going to be crazy town. Fans are ready to put Spinal Tap to shame. Get ready to hear those vocal cords crank to 12.
Touchdown! Seahawks!
Jump. Keep rolling. Keep going.
It's one louder, isn't it? It's not 11, it's 12. Picture Randy Marsh in that Little League episode with Bat Dad. I didn't hear no bell. San Francisco takes to the road again, headed north again, more than happy to get back in the ring again with the Hawks for a third time.
Purdy keeping it alive. Brock Purdy walks one. It is Tonjes. Touchdown, San Francisco.
So here we are again for the third time. Hawks-Niners met Week 1, bookended at Week 18. Both games low-scoring affairs, each team tasting victory once. Seattle taking the division sealing game to end the year, dominated defensively, held San Francisco to 3 points, held CMC to 23 rush yards, held Brock Purdy to 127 yards, no TDs, picked him off.
And it's picked off. He bobbled it into the hands of Greg Thomas. It's intercepted by the Seahawks.
When the Niners beat Seattle, they held the Seahawks to 13 points, holding Sam Darnold to 150 yards.
Because he's got Jackson Smith-Njigba open, but it's that deflection.
Darnold with 0 TD passes versus San Francisco in either game.
Often one, Smith-Njigba goes up to get it, but then it's ripped out by Green.
And with how the Niners defense played the last 2 weeks, could be in for more of the same. San Francisco held Philadelphia to 19 points, 5 for 16 on third down.
Middle tip, incomplete. San Francisco takes over, looking to take away the upset.
Niners secondary held Jalen Hurts to 168 yards, a paltry 4.8 per attempt, a sub-80 rate. They held A.J. Brown to 25 yards. His hands helped a little, but they played the pass better last week than they did for 2025. But they've been tougher as of late. No issues for safety Jair Brown, cornerbacks Renardo Green, or Upton Stout.
Died, it's knocked away. Upton Stout, the tremendous rookie.
Good morning and welcome in to the Athletics Podcast. Hello. Good evening. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you guys are having a fantastic snowy day. It's a very snowy day down here in Vermont, down here in the Barrie area. We got a great lineup this week. We have so much glorious games happening between both the playoffs and basketball's doing amazing. A lot's going on over there. So how are we today? Everybody feeling good? Feeling good? Good. Great. All right, let's get started with the obvious. Today at 4:30 p.m., we have the Bills and Broncos facing off in the divisional to start us off. Bills, Broncos. Who do you guys have? Seriously. What's everybody's predictions? Predictions? No? Okay. I gotta go with the obvious here. I don't know. I think I'm loving Josh Allen's work, but I think this might be the end of the road. I think Broncos, I don't know. Broncos are really killing it this year, 14-3. Number 1 team in the AFC. I mean, it's going to be a hard battle. That D is too tough, yeah. I definitely got to agree on that one. The defense is phenomenal on this one. They're doing a lot of work, picking it up, destroying Broncos defense. Scary. But at the same time, Buffalo's offense, though, is still there. Like I said, Josh Allen is still here, so we'll see. It really just depends on who's got the better game and who starts off stronger. Because usually the team that starts off strong usually finishes strong. But hey, in some cases it's not always the case. But I don't know. I feel good about this game. Feel very good about it. The Bills, I have to say though, like I said, gotta say they're awesome. Ready to see how this goes for them. Moving on, tonight, though, at 8 p.m., we have the 49ers and Seahawks. That's a tough game for both teams. Very tough game. It's going to be a hard one. I mean, I would love for my Seahawks to win it all, go on to the championship, but at the same time, it is the 49ers. It's going to be a tough battle. I am ready for it, though. 49ers come off hot, beating the Eagles. They beat the Eagles in a very tough game, but won it all. Won it all in the end. Seahawks are looking to make their first playoff game and number 1 team in the NFC. We are grateful to see how this goes. Seahawks defense has been killer. I hope that continues. Keep them to low scoring. 49ers offense, though, a little beaten up right now. They don't got George Kittle playing the tight end. My volume is low. Has my volume changed? Is it better? Let's see. Let's try that. Is that better? Okay. But Seahawks, Sam Darnold has been crushing it. Offense has been really good. But our defense is definitely what stands out right now. We have a very healthy defense for the most part. I think we're only missing like 1 or 2 players. So it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a tough, great, fantastic game. I'm excited. So like I said, Bills-Broncos tonight at 4:30, followed up by Seahawks-49ers at 8 p.m. Better? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Following it up tomorrow will be the Texans and Patriots. It's going to be a tough battle. Patriots got a tough battle ahead of them, but Patriots got home field advantage, 15-3. I think they got this. I think the Texans are going to kill it. Go Hawks. Thank you. Let's go Seattle. Let's go. But back to what I was saying, though. Patriots and Texans in a very seriously intense game. Both teams look amazing on offense. Defenses are both also very strong, too. So, it is fantastic. I am loving what I'm seeing personally. I'm loving it. Loving it. I'm ready for this game. This game's going to be good. Like I said, Patriots have home field advantage 3 p.m. tomorrow. Followed up with the Rams and Bills at 6:30 p.m. We got Rams and Bears. That's going to be a really good one, too. Chicago's got home field advantage. Let's go Bears. I really need I need this though. I need the Bears to beat the Rams, because assuming that we win it, it would be a lot. I think I would be a lot more at ease facing off against the Bears than the Rams. So, let's go Bears. One of the rare times you'll ever hear me say that. Oh yeah. Crazy game on both sides. Caleb Williams has had a great season. He's been just absolutely killer this year. He's turned it around, especially after last season. They had a terrible season last year and then just bounced back just like that. 12-6. Phenomenal year. I got someone in the chat saying that they got New England Patriots and the Bears facing off. Yeah, that would actually be an interesting Super Bowl for sure. Would be surprising. But I don't know. I think the Bears are good, but I don't think the Bears. Nah, I don't think the Bears could beat either the Seahawks or 49ers. I'm going to be honest. That would be amazing. Either way, though. Either way. All these games are just fantastic. I think this is definitely like looking like it's going to be a crazy like these teams like are going to be in the championship, and all teams are very dominant. Every single team right now coming into this has at least like 12 or 13 wins. Like every team pretty much has like a shite ton of wins. Crap ton. And so with that being said, I am so stoked, so excited for the Super Bowl. It's close. We're getting there. But I can't get ahead of myself. There's so many more games still to come. But we're getting there. We are getting there. And that is what is exciting. That is what is exciting. So I am stoked. I hope you guys are. I'm so stoked for it. Speaking of the football, before we move on, we have a lot to talk about in the football world aside of the games. We should talk about what's going on in the world of coaching because there's a lot going on. So last week we spoke about coaches like Mike McDaniel, Kevin Stefanski, and John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh. And so I want to start off with John. John, as of right now, is already looking like he's finalizing a deal with the New York Giants. So that is a huge and interesting moment. That's going to shake things up over in the Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, and Commanders. Yeah, that's gonna I think that's gonna shake things up because, like I said, about a couple months ago, I think the Giants, when healthy, have a scary looking offense. Like when healthy, they look like they have a really good offense, and so in the draft, they could go for like a young offensive lineman, maybe to keep Dart protected. But adding someone like John, his expertise and his just, time in the league as a coach, him joining this young, fresh team will be very good. I think it will be very good. They are, yeah. If they sign John, it's like they're gonna be very dangerous. I mean, they're still probably gonna be like, I don't know. I think realistically they'll probably have like a middle ground season. Like I can't expect them. I don't expect them to just have like a crazy maybe. But realistically, I see them going like maybe like what? I don't know. Maybe like an even like 9-8 or like 8-9, something like that. Like realistically for next year, like if we're being realistic, it's probably more likely. I mean, to be fair, the Ravens went 7-7, so it's like, do I expect John to they were like 7-8 or something like that? They weren't doing too good, and they got bounced. They got bounced out of the playoffs. Like they had a chance and got bounced out. So, like I said, I don't expect them to be crazy, but I expect them to be good. I expect them to be, have a much better season than what they've been having. Someone says, and I quote, "Daddy Dak will take care of the Giants." That's crazy. But Dak's record is still very good against them. Scadaboo was a beast. Giants offense was better too, but they are not as good as the Cowboys offense. Cowboys defense is trash. That was their problem this year, unfortunately. That's a good point. That is a good point. Cowboys defense definitely needs fixing, but hey, they've got a good draft pick, so maybe they'll do something with it. Maybe they'll go, for some defense in free agency. I think they should. I think if the Cowboys are smart, with all the players they've been cutting, I would hope that they have money, to buy some players because they really need some work on that defense for sure. But hey, we'll see how it goes. But Scadaboo's, I hope to see him, I hope he has a much more healthier season next year because he is a beast. And I think he'll return just as strong. I don't expect to see him to slow down anytime soon. He looks like he's going to be ready. I hope he's going to be ready. It'll be really cool. I think he's a very fun player. And I hope to actually watch him play a successful season and see where his numbers are. So that will be amazing to see. Another coach that's looking like they might have some opportunity is Kevin Stefanski. It looks like he's being eyeballed right now by the Falcons. Looks like the Falcons are more likely than not the team that could be eyeballing him. They've already seen him for 2 interviews now, apparently. So honestly, that will be a good move for Kevin and the Falcons. I think that the Falcons have a really good offense, and I think that they could really do a big boom next year in terms of offense. They have a young, pretty good-looking core, and so I would love to see Kevin Stefanski capitalize on that. They definitely could improve their defense for sure. Falcons could definitely improve their defense, no question on that. So hopefully Kevin can do that. I mean, I would say the maybe not, I don't know much about this year, but I will say that like the Browns defense last year was really good. I mean, it was good this year too, but obviously they went 3-12, or 3-13. Like, they did not have a very successful season. So hopefully he can do better though with the Falcons. We'll see how it goes. Need a good defensive coordinator. Yeah, I think Cowboys though also need work though too. They have a lot of like too many, it seems like, young people that need like some kind of like veteran talent or some young face. I'm sadly not familiar. I'll have to look into some research on Jordan Riggins. I'm not familiar with him. I do apologize. I will admit I know some, but I'm not familiar with a lot of like really old school players. I do know a lot of good ones though. Know a lot of good ones. But I will do some research on that. But Cam is crazy. Cam Scattaboo is really cool. I love the way he plays. I love everything about his play style, but his whole risking his head and stuff is going to get him a really bad injury one of these days. He's going to get like a concussion. So he needs to be more careful on that. But besides that though, he's just a force. He's a big boy. He likes to hit. He likes to play power for sure. Definitely runs up the middle. He's a fun player to watch for sure. Like I said, that offense is young and impressive looking, and like I said, when healthy, with Nabbers healthy, Jack's in there, Cam's back as well, and then you got that rest of the team, Shepard and Robinson, yeah. But also we got Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel was the Dolphins head coach, and he was also let go as they had a pretty disappointing season after having 3 to 4 solid seasons, and now they just kind of had that disappointing season that they just had. So from there, they let him go. They made the decision to let him go, which I thought was kind of surprising. I think, one bad season is one thing, but to fire a guy who, led you to a lot of good seasons, and just because you guys had one bad season, you're just going to let him go. I mean, I thought it was an interesting move, but hey, the Dolphins got to do what they got to do. But it looks like there's a lot of teams that could benefit from him right now. Some of those teams are the Chargers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, possibly Lions and Eagles, because they just got rid of Kevin Patullo. Kevin Patullo was let go as of 4 days ago on the 13th. Honestly, yeah, McDaniels is definitely I agree. He's anybody's pickup, honestly. There's so many teams that could definitely benefit from him in general. But I think it would be interesting to see him on it's looking like he could be the offensive coordinator for the Chargers. That could be really good for him, and that would be beneficial for the Chargers. I mean, Tampa Bay looks like they could offer him a offensive coordinator as well. So there's definitely a lot of teams that looking like they could use him for like offensive wise. But either way, he's going to have a position for sure. So that's really impressive. But back to what I was saying, though, I kind of trailed off, was that the Eagles let go of Kevin Patullo in his one season with the Eagles after having what people would say is a disappointing offensive role. Head coach Nick Sirianni made the decision, citing for need of a better to meet team goals, despite Patullo's prior contributions and good standings with players, with the search for a new play caller now underway. So it looks like the Eagles could benefit from Mike, though. They could benefit from Mike. So, like you said in the chat, anyone is pick up, 100%. He go anywhere, and I love it. So I'm excited. Hopefully, all the other coaches that were let go have a little bit more promise going forward. Haven't really heard anything on like people like Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's kind of in the dark. Nothing going on with him too much besides the fact that they're looking. The Raiders are definitely like also a team that are looking for a new replacement of Pete Carroll. So many openings still on so many teams that aren't in the playoffs right now. So you got all the goodness that's happening in the playoffs, and then you have what's going on in the background. So it's really interesting. We're having a lot of crazy, fun things going on in the world of football. So, like I said, tonight, 4:30, Bills Broncos. Tonight also, 49ers Seahawks. Followed up tomorrow with Texans Patriots and Rams Bears. So I hope you guys are excited for that, as I am. I am stoked. It's going to be awesome. But I'd like to take a moment, though, to talk about what's going on in the NCAA with the situation that's going on with this college scheme, this scandal that is happening in the NCAA. Apparently, as of right now, 26 players, or no, not 26, I apologize, 39 players on 17 different teams have been apparently charged and are in trouble with a lot of betting, a lot of sports betting, a lot of messing with and tampering with money and bets. We've been seeing that a lot lately in the sports world, but definitely a shock seeing it come from college and a lot of young players. A lot of these kids are like 19 years old, maybe, some of them are even 18. And so it's really surprising to hear this and see this. It's definitely not many would have expected to see this. I definitely wasn't. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely was not expecting this one. But I want to take a look at a video here with you guys. Hold on one moment.
Charges against 26 defendants, the Department of Justice will step in to protect what is a sacred institution of American life. And that's what we're doing here today. We are stepping in, and our office is announcing criminal charges against 26 defendants that we allege perpetrated a transnational criminal scheme to fix NCAA Division I men's basketball games, as well as Professional Chinese Basketball Association games. In the indictment and related filings that we unsealed today, we allege an extensive international criminal conspiracy of NCAA players, alumni, and professional bettors who fixed games across the country and poisoned the American spirit of competition for monetary gain.
Hello, welcome back in. So as we saw there was a lot of exploitation in terms of gambling and money schemes with even Chinese players. Other, just in general, it's a big ring. It's a big issue. And I'm glad that it's getting taken care of, but it's sad, that it's a bunch of young people. It's not, I mean, it's sad either way, but it's the fact that, you wouldn't expect it from college. 12 of the 26 defendants played college basketball during the 23-24 and/or 24 and 25 seasons, according to the indictment. 4 of the players charged, Simeon Colt, Carlos Hart, Camion Shell, and this one's a weird one, Umar Korosi, I hope I said that right, have played for their current teams in the past week. The allegations against Hart, Shell, and Moore stem from their previous schools, while Colt's allegation incident occurred in 23-24. None of the allegations against them were from this season. Interesting. Some of the schools that have been named in the indictment are Alabama State, Buffalo, Coppin State, DePaul, Eastern Michigan, Fordham, Kennesaw State, LA Salle, New Orleans, North Carolina AT, Northwestern State, Robert Morris, St. Louis, Southern Miss, and Tulane. So these schools apparently are some of the schools that have players that are part of this situation, which is crazy. I don't know about you guys, but it's crazy. It's weird what's going on. It's just crazy what's going on. And so I'm hoping to see changes. Authorities described 5 defendants as fixers who recruited players to participate in the scheme and offered bribes ranging from $10,000 to $30,000 to intentionally underperform. The bettors then placed and won millions of dollars in wages on fixed games, according to prosecutors. Oh, wow. So some of these players were offered straight up like, hey, I'll give you $20,000 up front if you, sell the game, like play terribly. And these bettors then proceeded to casually win millions compared to just giving them like $20,000. And so obviously a lot of these young players probably were just like, oh, $20,000 up front? Heck yeah, I could benefit from $20,000 or $30,000. And so it's probably what happened to a lot of them. Probably they were just like, oh, I'm getting offered money. I'll just take it. Nothing's going to come from this. I'll be fine. But obviously that's not the case. That's clearly the issue here. Clearly not the case. I also wanted to talk about, because I was asked a question earlier today. I was asked the question of hey Logan, do you think that because of this, will March Madness be affected? Will March Madness be canceled? And I don't think so. I really don't think so. I realistically don't see the entire NCAA shutting down something as large and as gigantic, I would say, March Madness is. Like, the entire month of March, everybody's talking about March Madness. And so it's it's been a tradition for a couple decades now. And so will this, affect that? No. I realistically just think that whoever these players are should just be straight up suspended. I don't think the schools themselves should be in trouble unless proven otherwise, proven that maybe they were involved. If the school directly is involved with any of these cases, then I would agree that, the school itself should be penalized in some shape, some form or shape. And so with that being said, that's, I guess, would be the main focus of the NCAA. Basketball, though, either way is still going crazy. We got some final scores of Kent. What is this? Kent versus Toldo. Kent State won 87-84. UK. Oh wait, that's not a game for today. My apologies. But a lot of good college games going on. But in the world of basketball, though, we'll focus on the NBA. NBA has been crazy. A lot of good teams going down. We'll go Eastern Conference real quick. We still got Pistons on top, 29-10. Followed up Celtics, though, jumping up to second, 25-15. Celtics are going crazy. New York Knicks are right behind them, 25-16. Raptors are 25-18. Magic, 23-18. Cavaliers, 24-19. And so forth. 76ers, Heat, Hawks, Bulls, Bucks, Hornets, Nets, Wizards, and Pacers. So that's a list. Then in the Western Conference, starting off at number 1 is the Thunder, 35-7. Followed up by Spurs, who are 28-13. Nuggets are also 28-13. Timberwolves are 27-15. Rockets are 24-15. Lakers are also 24-15. Suns are 24-17. Followed up by the Warriors, Trailblazers, Clippers, Grizzlies, Mavericks, Jazz, Kings, Pelicans. Pelicans are 10-34. So they finally hit double digits. Same with the Pacers, who are 10-32. So we're about 43, 44 games in. It's going wonderfully in this year in terms of sports and basketball. Really loving what we're seeing. Starting off as of Thursday's games, we have Magic Grizzlies. Magic beat the Grizzlies 118-111. Pistons beat the Suns 108-105. Celtics beat the Heat 119-114. Go Celtics. Celtics have been killing it. You know, they've been doing really good without Jason Tatum. They're actually having a much better, I bite my words because I'm pretty sure I said at the start of the season that I didn't think they were going to be this good. And, I've been proven wrong. They've been doing really good with Jaylen Brown. He's really stepped up. He's always been very good, but he really, has stepped up, I would say, for sure. Thunder 111-91 against the Rockets. Thunder continuing their hot streak, still under 10 losses, 35-37 or 35-7. Spurs beat the Bucks 119-101. Mavericks and Jazz. Mavericks win a big 144-122. Heavy scoring game on both ends, but Mavericks still win by 22 points. Huge win for them. Hawks and Trailblazers faced off. The Trailblazers got the Hawks 117-101. Warriors beat the Knicks 126-113. And the Hornets surprisingly get a good win on the Lakers 135-117. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. Oh, I must say, though, I am wearing specifically if I can. Actually, I'll stand up real quick. I didn't mean to bump the mic. But I got my Luka Doncic jersey on. And hey, I'm excited. I'm excited for the season. Hey, the season's been going good for us. We're 6th seed. We started off a little higher. We've kind of, with a lot of injuries, we've kind of tumbled down because of injuries. Cavaliers, 76ers, 117-115. Pacers face off against the Pelicans, 127-119. Clippers beat the Raptors, 121-117. The Nets beat the Bulls 112 to 109. Close matchup. Rockets get the Timberwolves 110 to 105. And Kings have a great game against the Wizards 128 to 115. Absolutely stunning stuff from all these teams that won this week. And we got some games today. So not only do we have some football tonight, but we got some basketball as well. Basketball fans, get ready. 5 p.m. we start off with the Jazz and Mavericks, followed up by Pacers and Pistons at 7:30. Then continuing down, Suns and Knicks, Celtics, Hawks, Thunder, Heat, Timberwolves, Spurs, Hornets, Warriors, Wizards, Nuggets, Lakers, Trailblazers at 10 o'clock. So last game is at 10 p.m. tonight. Let's go Lakers. Let's beat the Trailblazers. And let's get back up there in the top 5. Let's get it. But basketball is continuing hot. I am loving it. Speaking of hot things going on in the NBA, though, is a lot of trade rumors going on and a lot of trades possibly happening. Starting off with Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga is a player on the Golden State Warriors who was a really good he's a really good player, actually. He still is a very good player. But he's been benched a lot this season, especially the last 13 games. They've had him pretty much riding the hot seat, not giving him any time. And so I think he's wanting, more opportunity elsewhere. He's a very good player. I think a lot of teams could benefit from him. He was averaging 24.3 points on a 55.6 shooting in the last 4 games of the Warriors back in May of last year when they sadly lost their series to the Timberwolves. He's a very good player. Like I said, he could benefit on any team, really. Some teams that look like they could be eyeballing him are the Lakers, and also another team that could value from him is Sacramento. So both LA teams look like they could benefit from him. And so we're seeing, hopefully, possibly a move with him in the next week or so. John Morant is also eyeballing a new team. He is looking like he's trying to head out of the Grizzlies. And it looks like he wants to join Miami, the Heat? Why did I say the Suns? Miami Heat looks like the team he might go for. John Morant is also another player that needs to be eyeballed. He's very impressive, works hard, plays hard. He did have a lot of issues, though, for a while with his issue was that he was getting himself in trouble with the law. He was going around pointing weapons at people, just being a little dumb. But he's got his act together. He's been getting back into sports, focusing on sports, and he's doing very amazing. So hopefully we see him on a new team, though. Miami could definitely benefit from a superstar like John Morant. So would love to see that happening on his end. And there's a lot of rumors about Anthony Davis with the Mavericks, about possibly a surgery going on, but Mavericks and AD deny the surgery and claim that he's going to be evaluated in the next 6 weeks. But at the same time, a lot of people are speculating that AD might be holding out for possibly a trade deadline. For the trade deadline, my bad. But it looks like he could possibly benefit from a new team. I mean, at the same time, though, he himself, I think, just needs to get better. It's not even that he's on the Mavericks. It's like, I think he needs to focus on the fact that he is a glass house. He gets hurt a lot. He's been getting hurt a lot for the past 5 seasons. He's been in and out for basically 5 seasons now. So he really needs to work on himself, I'd say, in general. But at the same time, though, he got forced into, the Mavericks. It wasn't like he wanted to leave LA. And so I think he wants to take his chances elsewhere and possibly be put on a team that he may want to play for, preferably. Another rumors that are going on we should take a look at is Michael Porter Jr., an amazing player, I would say, on, the Brooklyn Nets right now. It looks like, though, he's looking for a trade, and a team that's right now being eyeballed but hasn't had a lot of talk about is that Golden State might be looking at Michael Porter Jr., but that has also been on kind of the down low, it sounds like, since last month. So if that's the case, though, that would be a pretty good move for Golden State, and I think Michael Porter Jr. would be a factor for them. I think they would benefit from a player like him. So they could trade with Brooklyn, or he could ask for a trade either way. And so hopefully that happens, or we see some crazy stuff like that happening. So a lot of trades going on, a lot of people looking like they're going to different teams. It's going to be, maybe it'll be a big shakeup, maybe it'll be nothing. But I'm really excited to see what continues there forth on all this. And before we go for the evening, I have one more thing that I would love to take a look at. It's a very big, I would say it's a big question. It's a big question in the sports world. But it's not football, and it's not basketball. It's not baseball or hockey. It is coming from the wrestling world, the pro wrestling world, specifically about the somewhat newer, the last 2 years. Triple H is being questioned. The clock is officially ticking on WWE fans' patience with Triple H. And what could that possibly mean or be? Well, let's go back to the beginning, when it all started, when Vince McMahon re-signed from TKO in January of 24. The WWE Universe saw the move as a perfect opportunity for the company to fix all the issues that plagued it during the previous regiment. Now, Triple H was given opportunity to prove himself. He was given the keys to the kingdom, which a lot of fans and a lot of sports watchers were like, yeah, this is a great move. Triple H has been a big figure in the WWE for years, and with his time under the alias of The Authority back years ago, I think it's a perfect role for him. And I think it was going great for a while. It really was. But as someone who watches occasionally and watched back when, Vince McMahon still run it, a lot's changed in good, but also a lot of bad ways. And to sum it up, a lot of fans feel that, for example, they feel that some of Triple H's decisions are interesting, such as they feel that he likes to make storylines and, feuds, as they call it, continue for too long. A lot of fans are saying they feel matches as of the last year have been becoming a little bit more predictable. Nothing is a surprise. A lot of fans just feel that there's not enough movement with that. A lot of fans also feel that a lot of superstars, a lot of wrestlers aren't getting enough attention. They feel some players are being shoved in the background compared to others. And they feel that in general, opportunities of new storylines and or other feuds, as they will call it, between wrestlers are not being capitalized on. And so people are not loving the recent showing in months. Their views have also been going down. Less people have been watching. They've been losing money, if anything, especially after the move to Netflix. They lost a good amount of money. Netflix lost a good amount of money on that. So for the WWE world, a lot of people are questioning, is Triple H still, fit for the job? Will we see new management in the next 5 years or so? Or is Triple H still going to be here? A lot of those questions might be asked in the future. But right now, like I said, a lot of people are not happy. They're not impressed with the outcomes. They're not impressed with what's going on. And so with that, I want to see if anybody else here wants to say anything about that. I mean, I would say, shoot. I mean, I've been in and out of wrestling because I kind of agree in the sense that I feel like the last 4 years of wrestling on its own has been a little wonky. But, Triple H was a good fit for a little bit, but it's starting to feel like doesn't really have a lot of interest in new creative things, and it seems like everything is kind of just a little too obvious and a little too just direct versus spontaneous, sudden, and new. And so I think a lot of fans are missing that. And so with that being said, I want to thank you all for being here today with me. This has been another episode of the Athletics Podcast. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your snow day. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you are ready for some football. I hope we are ready to tackle the week. See what I did there? I thank you for being here with me. Appreciate it. You all have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy basketball. Enjoy football. Let's tackle the week again. This has been the Athletics Podcast.